What's up, YouTube? Greetings to everybody. Today we're going to be looking at a beer from America's oldest brewery, and that is from Yuengling Brewing Company. We're looking at Yuengling Lord Chesterfield. This is an English style ale coming in at 5.4%. We're going to give it a shot. Now, I reviewed this about 6 months ago over the summertime, and I'm going to be doing a revisit of this. Like I said, it's an English style ale. And the reason why I want to do a revisit this beer, because when I reviewed this beer, it was ice fucking cold. Usually when I do beer reviews, I do them room temperature. Shout out to my buddy Paul from PA Brew News. He taught me that about 5 or 6 years ago. Before I even started reviewing beer, he told me if you really want to break down the beer and dissect the beer, do not drink it ice cold, because any beer is going to taste good ice cold. And you're going to be like, oh, that's a fine beer. But to really break down the beer and tell if it's a good beer, you have to be able to drink it warm. So, this is room temperature. Like I said, English style ale coming at 5.4%. And I'm not sure if a typical Yuengling drinker would like this beer, because if you don't like hops in your beer, would not recommend this. A lot of people say this is a reminiscence of a Valentine ale. And that's another English style ale that was made by Pabst Brewing Company and had a hop bite to it, but it was loved by a cheap beer enthusiast. And I myself am a craft guy and a macro guy. I love cheap beer. That's what I started on, and I will always love cheap beers, especially ones like this, where the best quality for your price. Alright, now this is I believe this is a 10-ounce mug. Now look at the head on that. There's a beautiful, crisp looking fucking English style ale pilsner type of beer. This is what beer is supposed to look like. It smells like a fucking pale ale. That's what it smells like. Cheers, guys. We're gonna dive into this beautiful looking beer. Slightly bitter like a traditional English pale ale, not too bitter. If I was gonna compare it to like another domestic beer, what this is being, this is more of a regional domestic beer, because it's not sold in all 50 states, even though Yuengling is in like maybe 43, something like that now. Not quite everywhere yet, but Yuengling is getting further than it was before. But I would compare this to an old school PBR, when PBR was still being brewed by Miller Brewing Company. I know now it's contract brewed by Aaron, but and it does not taste the same. PBR now tastes like a Bush product, which it is now, which sucks because it ruined that classic budget beer flavor for me. That's why I don't drink much PBR. Let's dive in. This can is a 4.5 out of 5 for what it is. I said it before, I'll say it again. This is the best beer Yuengling ever made. I don't know why it's so hard to come across. Everybody raves over the Yuengling traditional lager. That one is overrated like a motherfucker. And it's mid. I like Yuengling lager on draft. In the can, it's a little too overly sweet for me. It's just like a caramel malt bomb in a can. It's not balanced. And it goes flat quick, so that's why I'm not big on Yuengling traditional lager. Bottles, every now and then, ice cold, damn near frozen, good to go. But if I'm buying Yuengling, I'm going for the best product. And this is the first beer they ever brewed. Lord Chesterfield. So for an English style ale, English style pale ale from an American brew company, this is going to be a 4.35. I said the can is a 4.5, so the can gets a little more slightly edge because I like this can. It's basic, but it does it. It does the fucking job. It will have some people buying it, especially if you're a Yuengling fan. And you see this? It's like a lighter version of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I know it's the same ABV as Sierra Nevada Pale, but I'm talking about it's not as hoppy, it's not overly bitter. It's just a good, crushable, easy drinking beer with mild hop tones that I can get down with. Beautiful, lovely beer. Get ready and review the next beer, and then I can drink more of these Yuenglings. Cheers, guys. That is a beautiful beer in my small town brewery glass. If you don't know small town brewery, they make the Not Your Father's root beer, which is not good. And yes, that was rage bait on my part, because Not Your Father's root beer is mid.